Okay, day 162. Instead of leaving wet spots, we left dry spots today. That's kind of rare. We slept right off the trail. There's the first blazes. I went off in that direction to go poo, and it turns out there was a swamp out there. I kind of got stuck in it. Found my way out there pretty easy. Picked up the rocks and the logs and stuff like that, and it was just really, really, really thick, wet moss. Some pools here and there. First time deucing in a swamp. We were headed to Dalton today. Definitely need to find some food. I'll tell you, my backpack is light today. I am safe as I'll get out. I had a little time. Got a little ready a little before 12 did. So all I do is sit there and smoke. But it is 4 a.m. 4:04 to be exact. And hopefully we'll be in Dalton for maybe a late breakfast or something. Pick up a few sandwiches there from a sub shop or something. And then carry on to the next town, Cheshire. And then as a Dollar General. And then I'm not sure which town after that. That's too far ahead for me. I don't plan like that. I know there are a lot of hikers in the area, though. Always makes me worry about resources. I see hikers I don't know as competition. I don't want to, but I do. They're competition for all my resources. Like yesterday, we got to the cookie lady's house. And there's only 4 plugs we can fit in. There's actually 6 plugs, but they're so close together when you put your little brick thing in. You can't fit them in the middle ones. And then all these other hikers started showing up. And 12's wanting to unplug my stuff, so I give them room. I'm like, fuck them. They should have got here earlier. If it was 1 or 2 people, I could see giving up some space for them. But there's a dozen. Well, actually, there's more like 15. I'm like, what am I supposed to do for them? They should have got here earlier. We're all in competition for resources. And there were other outlets. They were just a longer walk. They have that hanger. They could have went there and plugged in if they so desired. But they do not need my plugs. I was trying to take a picture, but there's an extra light up there. I'm guessing it's Jupiter. Hard to tell. I can only see a small strip of the sky. But there's not 2 stars that are those brightnesses that are that close together. So I have to assume, I don't believe it's Venus, not bright enough for Venus, so I'm going Jupiter. Oh, this has been very smooth sailing so far this morning. A little chilly, but nice. It's not cold. Smooth terrain. Somewhat downhill. No weight on my back. It's nice to lift your backpack up and not make that noise. Did I mention the ants coming out of my pancakes this morning or yesterday morning? Wish I would have got that on film. Threw me for a loop. And she served us 3 pancakes each, brought them out on plates. You know, they're in stacks, so I smooth them out, you know, put one by the other so I can pour some syrup on them. I pour just a tiny drizzle of syrup on. Then I go to dig and there's 5 ants running across my pancakes. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I flick them all off and I check underneath and I don't have any more. And I was like, you know, I was confused where'd they come from. I didn't even think of the syrup. So when 12 sits down, I'm like, hey, watch out, there's ants in the food. Yeah, they don't eat much. So she checks, there's none. Then she pours syrup on. She has like 2 or 3 on her shit running around. I'm like, oh, they're up in there. There's still one hiding up in there. I don't know how they got into it. It's self-sealing. It's one of them little things, you know, you pull the handle back, it slides back, you pour some out, you let go, and it slides forward. I don't know how it's gotten that. But they must have been in there fresh because they were all still alive. You know, they went home stinking of maple syrup, and all their sisters are like, you bitches, where have you been? We smell it on you. Show us where the maple is. Little view of nothing. Brr, it got chilly. I don't know if it's because we're in a swampy area or, you know, it gets a little colder right before the sun comes up. Maybe it's the break we took. I just keep on cruising, I'll warm up. Unfortunately, we have to do like 3 miles of road walking to get to the diner, but totally worth it. It's more than one turn. If it was a straight shot, I'd just hitch to it, but it's multiple turns. I think it's easier to walk than it is to try 3 hitches. You can see how humid it is down there. Look at that fog. It's nuts. They look like islands, but those are the hilltops. Glad all the humidity's down there. Oh, what's that across the street? Is that some trail magic? We passed the shelter, and I assume that's where all the groups went to last night. A lot of people did pass us. Fresh watermelon, help yourself. Hey, what do you know? There's fresh watermelon. Help yourself.
That's cool.
All right, we've made it to Dalton. I think there's fires near here or something. The sun looks a little weird. I know we're in Dalton because everything's named Dalton. We got the Dalton Garage, we got the Dalton Deli, we're going to the Dalton, I don't remember what the name for their eatery was, but it was at the Dalton. There's the Dalton Bakery. Dalton. Oh, Dalton Restaurant. That was the clever name I couldn't think of. So we came across the street to the YMCA kind of thing. We're here to take some showers. They let us do it for free, so we might as well. Okay, freshly showered, we continue on. We're gonna hit a little store up here, grab some food,
And then there's plenty of stores up the way, so we don't have to grab much. There's another one like 20 miles. So let's grab a good day's worth or so and head on out. Okay, got myself a foot long for the road. There's a Dollar General in like another 9 miles. So now we're doing our happy walk out of town. Nice. What? Nightcrawlers and worms? Aren't worms just a lesser form of a nightcrawler? Pretty sure. How would you want those? Made for tiny fish. I want to go catch me some bluegill. That's a different one. That's a sportier version of the crosswalk guy. He's not as fat. He's got shoulder pads on. My kid's just got some badass traps. Venus here just informed us there's a rail trail down this way. The trail goes up this way. That's where everybody else went. There's a group of hikers that was behind us. But she splits off. I'm like, hey, where are you going? She's like, there's a rail trail this way that leads to Cheshire. So she just showed us on the map, going that way. This is the road that leads to the rail trail. I hope it stays dirt for a long time. But in celebration, we're going to have ourselves a little safety meeting. Dun, 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 dun. Well, this is a really nice road walk. I get to look at all this stuff, but I don't have to walk through it. Yeah, my shit's pretty smooth. I wanted to do more like trail. I could come over here. Oh, that squeaky shoe is driving me nuts. I mean, if you're going to graffiti a rock, at least make it look nice. Yeah, they did a good job. Okay, the path is on the other side of that bridge, but I'm not sure if the bridge will lead us down to where the path is. It looks like it's lower where the train would be. Hopefully there's a path down it or something. We're hikers. We'll find a way. There it is. Okay, as I suspected, there's no easy way down to it. You can tell they don't maintain. Look at the sidewalk. But I'm sure we're not the first people to want to do this. Ah, now this is hiking. Okay. If only this was rubberized. But you know, you can't have it all. Like I just, there we go. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. I could do this for a while. Very swampy around here. You got little picnic tables for us and whatnot over here. Nice. A lovely highway for ambiance. If you ever want to go out and ride your bicycle, but you also want to stay in your recliner, well, now you can do both. Groovy bike, man. All the joys of a lazy boy, but you're out in nature. Asha will to cook. Asha will to cook. There's a snack shack over here. We're gonna go see if they have ice cream. That would be epic. There's a bunch of them little weird bicycles around here. Bunches of them. We got this little park here where we enjoyed our what was it? It was not ice cream, but cream ice, which it actually sucks. It tasted like when you freeze your ice cream for too long and it separates a little bit and you scrape off that top stuff that tastes like crap. That's what cream ice is. It sucked, but hey, it was cool. It went in my belly. But they don't have garbage cans here. How do you not have a garbage can at a park? That's just weird. And I guess I'm going to have to filter some of this. I've drank worse. They do have these handicapped little fishing thingies. Wheelchair accessible all over it. That's pretty cool. No garbage can, no water. Well, other than that water. It's a freaking otter. See, total proof. And now you know. This kind of reminds me of home. Well, I guess not so much, but right here. All of our water flows in canals. Oh, that is an interesting spiderweb system right there. Look, you got like a community of them. Oh, they're nocturnal conniption spiders out during the day. What? I see you. That is like the most haunted house I've ever seen, man. Dude, their cross don't mess around. It's got them big nails in there for the stigmata and whatnot. I'm surprised it doesn't have some barbed wire around the top or something for the crown of thorns. That's an aggressive cross you got there, man. We got to the convenience store. They have a little bit of everything, but the lady came out and said, hey man, somebody left some slippers here the other night. They're over here and they're like really lightweight. I don't know what they are, but they're better than what I got. I don't see a brand name on them anywhere, which makes them even better. But yeah, they're my new shoes. They're better than the old ones. Trade up or up trade? I don't know, yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Dollar General. We got our snacks and snacks and everything. Still got half that sub from earlier for dinner tonight. We'll be walking through Cheshire. No, this is Cheshire, huh? Well, I don't know. There's something else in another 20-ish miles or so. We do have some severe climbing ahead of us. And it's like 1,200 feet over 2 miles, man. Ooh, that sounds steep. So I'm very low on water. I didn't buy too much food. Let's go do some climbing. Well, we're gonna get into the woods, have a safety meeting, and then do some climbing. There's a proper order of things. Right after you come through the gate, it is just up. Oh, this is gonna be my biggest climb in a while. But Greylocks at the top. Maybe if things work out, I can catch a sunrise there. It is a great spot for a sunrise. Okay, only 6.8 to the summit of Mount Greylock. Easy peasy. Yeah, we should definitely get there by sunrise. I think the hardest climbing is today. Even all the way up here, dudes are still building walls. I'm just part way into the first good climb.
There's not much of a break between it and the second, but got caught on a log. There's the porcupine. Nuns. Oh, I saw that. You tripped. There, little bear. So we've decided to push on to the next shelter. It's in 2 miles. It is a pretty decent climb. We get that out of the way because that puts us like 3.5 miles from Greylock in the morning. So if we wake up at our usual time, we should have no problem making it there before sunrise. Sun doesn't come up until 6:01, my phone tells me. Had a pretty productive day. We got some stuff done in, got some miles in, had a breakfast. Last time I climbed Greylock, I got a free breakfast. There's some screw up in the kitchen. Gave me a sandwich. I ate my sandwich. I went to the bathroom, came back, and my sandwich was sitting where I was sitting. That's always a good thing. I do like a breakfast sandwich. Everything tastes better when you didn't pay for it. Okay, I got 4 hikers behind me. They were ahead of me. But we're headed to that shelter, and, I don't plan on staying there, but, if it's got pretty okay spots, I will. But that means I gotta get there first. And the problem is they're all girls in their 20s. Girls in their 20s can always outpace me. I got stamina, but not the speed. But I'm like, it's only 2 miles. And only the last part's uphill. So just, use my reserves. It's unfortunate that I do see other hikers, especially if I don't know you, as competition for resources. I try not to show it when I'm around you because I don't want you to know that I'm trying to get ahead of you. So I can get that outlet or that camping spot. Or that Norway side. There's only so many of those in a place. If you got a bunch of hikers that eat the same thing as you ahead of you, you don't get to eat what you want to eat. Okay, on delay. Wobbler. happened to this one? Return to the earth. Ooh, are these named? They got shapes. I hope they'd be named. Slow down to enjoy the rocks for a moment. I'll get back to it. I'm starting to see these more often. Oh, it's gonna happen. I feel like I'm on schedule. I don't feel like I'm too far behind that I'm stressed out about time or anything like that. But really, at the end of the day, it's all dependent on weather. Just because I finished on October 6th last time, and it wasn't, a blizzard, doesn't mean anything about this time. October 6th might be too late in the season. Hope not. That's what I'm on schedule for right now. See what we can do to speed that timetable up just a little bit, just to buy me time, but I can only do so much. Okay, on the blue blaze for the shelter. Keep an eye out for any good spots along the way so that we can give the shelter to the other people. That would be ideal. There should always be campsites along the blue blaze. Other than that, what is the point of the blue blaze? Why didn't you build the shelter up on the trail somewhere? Well, I guess you build it near water, huh? But not always. Quite often the water's still quite a walk. Yeah, I see a whole lot of nothing. And I assume it's going to continue that way. The shelter was not supposed to have much space. But I'll check out what they've got. I need the water here regardless. We have our pretty. We will be visiting you later. It has 3 locations it could be moved to. It looks fairly new as well. Look at those. Look at the lumber on top. See the red roof. Okay, don't want to sleep over here anyway, because jerks like me poo at 3 a.m. and wake you up, because, just the sound of footprints and footsteps next to your tent will wake you up. Well, it wakes me up. Oh, this one might be one of them two-story shelters. So I scored as a great spot for now. There's open spots, so I expect them to be filled in. But we got our own picnic table. There's Camp Crawler over here, and I got a pretty good spot. Nobody can get that close to me, unless they want to be in front of me, but I cleaned up my place, and that's my pile of garbage. I scored 12, the best spot in the place. I beat everybody here by a long shot. I already had my shit set up by the time they came in, but luckily, there's tent sites down there. And that's where everybody went. So maybe we'll luck out. 2 more people came in, but they're shelter dwellers, so they're over there. Well, it might be nice. Could have this whole place to ourselves. Well, this beauty is our water source for the night. It's down a decently steep blue blaze, not real long, probably 0.2 tops. But it feels like a lot when you gotta go back up. But way better than last. So the last water we got was dripping slower than it filters. So it took us longer to collect the water than it did to filter it and drink it. And then carry on. We didn't really carry much with us because we were coming here. And we knew it was uphill. Okay, so tomorrow we start off with an uphill. We try to make it up to, Greylock. Castle Greylock. And watch the sunrise and get a breakfast sandwich. Those are the hopes.